Moana, totally sane exiles. Super quick, thank you for your tremendous support. In the past month alone, we've been able to pick up over 4,000 subscribers, moving the channel from 400 subs to over 4,600. That's incredible, and I am seriously humbled by the level of support you've all shown and the positivity that you've shown about this game that we love to hate. Thanks to all of you, I've been able to upgrade the mic, get an arm for the said mic, and get a camera as well. And I can't wait to see what comes in the future. I know that we're getting closer and closer to ExileCon 2023 and what lies beyond for Path of Exile. And that's what this channel will be about. Path of Exile, Path of Exile, Path of Exile, and of course, Path of Exile 2, which is what this video is going to be talking about. So one last time, thank you for your support. Here's to what the future holds. Cheers. Path of Exile 2 is fast approaching, right? Well, that's the thing. We don't know if that's true or not yet, but there are some hints we might be able to read into, and if that's not what you're here for, Tala Moana yet again. If you are ready for some concise speculation about the timeline of Path of Exile 2, about a month out from ExileCon 2023, proceed with the will to log in. PoE 2 was announced in November 2019 at the first ExileCon. We learned we would be getting 19 new ascendancies, a new 7-act campaign, a gem system rework, huge graphical improvements, and much more. We also saw almost all of Act 1 set on the island of Agam. Soon after, the world experienced a near global lockdown for months on end. While we were supposed to hear tidbits about PoE 2 throughout 2020, we didn't. We heard almost nothing. Then, in April 2021, we received our next update, a showcase of Path of Exile 2's second act, set in the ancient sands of the Vistiri Desert. We also learned about 2 new weapons being added to the game, spears and crossbows, among other features like overarching boss health bars. However, nothing was said about the massive expansion's release date. So we waited, and the developers kept delivering sizable expansions to Path of Exile 1 while they worked on PoE 2 in the background. Of course, those with a keen eye and memory noticed assets from PoE 2's prior teasers appearing in the core game, like the Forbidden Sanctum's layout and Premier Candlemas boss, as well as the Searing Exarch himself and his Minotaur minions. It wasn't until August 2022 that we heard more about Path of Exile 2. We'd be getting the next substantial information drop and the beta dates during ExileCon 2023, set July 28th and 29th for folks in the United States, and July 29th and 30th for the people of Grinding Gear Games in New Zealand. The landing page for ExileCon 2023 held some new art, but no other new information was shared. Finally, at the Summer Games Fest on June 8th and 11th, the developers shared 2 more teasers of Path of Exile 2, with a promise of far more information at ExileCon 2023. These 2 tidbits, as I've previously discussed, looked and sounded incredible. The animations, the music, showcased monster and character abilities, plus the official PoE 2 logo reveal coalesced to form a chilling whole. It's inarguable. Anyone mildly excited about PoE 2 assuredly perked up after those snapshots. ExileCon 2023 is where the official, real, non-speculative timeline of Path of Exile 2 concludes. We know we'll learn about PoE 2, its betas, and all its systems and new content drops during the event, both in person in New Zealand and on various live streaming platforms. But what about its eventual release? Grinding Gear Games really enjoys over-delivering with these massive reveals. Back in 2015, they dropped the big Act 4 on us with 2.0. Then in 2017, they shipped 6 brand new acts into the game as a complete surprise. That was the last huge expansion to the core game, and when they began work on Path of Exile 2, 6 years ago now. The rest, its announcement in 2019 and updates on it going forward, you know. This is going to be massive, beyond what many of us believe it to be. This is their style. When Chris Wilson and co. walk out on stage at the end of July, they'll be ready to wow the community. Well, here's where the totally accurate Path of Exile 2 release timeline comes in from your resident, totally sane and hinged Exile. I expect ExileCon 2023 to go down as follows. The live stream begins on July 28th, 6:00 p.m. Eastern Time, with baseless speculation from some of the largest personalities in the Path of Exile community: Preparian, Ziggy, Zizarin, and DS Lily. Chris Wilson makes a brief guest appearance as he did during ExileCon 2019, giving some vague glimpses at the upcoming keynote address. 30 minutes in, around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Chris Wilson, Jonathan Rogers, and the new creative director, whoever that might be, take the stage in front of thousands of roaring totally sane exiles. Chris Wilson starts with, "Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games," and gives a speech thanking the constantly growing Path of Exile community, touching on the difficulties of the past few years, and all the hard work the team has put into PoE 2 while still developing PoE 1. Then, he leads into a brand new PoE 2 trailer with, "And now, I'm proud to finally announce the next expansion to Path of Exile, 3.22. The crowd screams in confusion. Chat goes wild. The trailer highlights the new and revamped systems in Path of Exile 2. It's an absolute banger, ending with, "The Path of Exile 2 beta begins in 3.22. Scars of Corruption." The shouting greatens. Chat is a blur. Chris Wilson nervously but casually strides back onto stage and announces that PoE 2's beta is now playable for all ExileCon attendees and everyone else in 2 weeks' time with the final version 3.0 expansion, Scars of Corruption. It will preview the new gem system, ascendancy classes, and Acts 1, 2, and 3 of Path of Exile 2's campaign alongside a minor challenge league. Following up on that, Chris Wilson states if all goes well, and there are no surprises, but if all goes well, we will have a very special potential launch date for Path of Exile 2. We'll see how Scars of Corruption goes. And that special date? Well, Path of Exile 1 officially launched on October 23rd, 2013. I could completely see Path of Exile 2 also launching on or around the weekend before October 23rd, 2023, a decade after the game's initial release. October 20th is a Friday. I'm pegging that as the release date for Path of Exile 2. So, tell me the truth. Am I going too far? Is this too much hopium? Or does this seem like a possibility? I know I'll be there July 28th at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Time on some streaming site, anxiously waiting, water at my side. Until then, there's going to be a ton more PoE and PoE 2 content on this channel. Join me for the ride up to ExileCon, then during it, and of course, all that comes after, whenever that might be. Fellow completely sane exiles, I'll see you there in the ExileCon chat. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and hit the bell for more Path of Exile content. Plus, give it a like and share your totally not unhinged opinion in the comments below. I'd love to see your version of the vision. Massive shout out to the channel's current patrons and members. Thank you for your continued support. Tala Moana.